Hello everyone, I hope you all will be fine at your places. So today I'm going to present you the topic HR metrics and workforce analytics. In this video we will be discussing the introduction of HR metrics and workforce analytics and their importance in strategic decision making, why they matter in the organization. And moreover we will be discussing some important HR metrics and effective ways to how to use them. So HR metrics are basically a way to measure how your HR activities contribute to your business performance. They ultimately help you to monitor productivity and performance of your HR team and how it helps organization to track their human capital and what needs improvement. Now these are basically the areas where HR metrics are associated. These includes HR operations, process optimization and organizational performance. HR operations include HR efficiency and HR effectiveness, as it is the requirement of the HR department to show the organizational value of money and time spent on HR activities. And main challenge to HR is that they need to provide a business leader with actionable and accurate information which will help them in decision making. For this they need an efficient process. On the other hand, HR effectiveness shows whether the HR practices have a positive effect on the employee or not. This is very important for HR as they are leader for acquiring, developing the employee. Now process optimization basically helps in HRM that what to do and how to do. This process needs HR metrics and analytics in which they reinvent or re-engineer what is happening in HR. And the organizational performance includes many metrics, but some of the important associated with these areas are turnover percentage and absence percentage. Turnover percentage is basically a metric that indicates how many workers leave the company in a year, or it can track the difference between high and low performer. This metric also provides information to HR about departments and their functions in which employee want to work or don't want to work. In this picture you can see different HR metrics and their examples. So these are basically the 14 major HR metrics with which organization can have such information which will provide effective results and ultimately helps the leaders in decision making. And don't forget, as we learned from the first slide, that we need to measure these metrics for improvement, that whom to be trained, whom to be fired, whom to be hired. So starting from number one, annual turnover. As we learned in the previous slide of organizational performance, that same whether your employee are happy or not. To calculate it, first determine how many employees you have and then divide them by the number of employees who quit or fired in a year, which will ultimately let you know what is your annual turnover rate in your organization. And the second is revenue per employee. This metric helps you indicate and to determine the value of employee to your business. In order to calculate it, you need to determine what your total revenue is and then divide it by the total number of the employees. This will indicate you the revenue per employee generates for your organization. Now coming to the number three, tenure or length of service. This indicator basically measures employees' job satisfaction and workforce happiness. The longer your employee stays, the more your business would be stable. This will also reduce your hiring costs. So in order to calculate it, you need to minus each employee hire date from the today date and then divide it by the number of days in a year. That's how you can determine the length of service or tenure of an employee in your organization. Now the next metric is percentage of performance goals met or exceed. This basically measures that are your employees meeting or exceeding their desired goals and objectives. If it numbers are in less, that means that less goals are met, then leaders need to be searched where they lag. We can calculate this metric by taking the number of goals met or exceed divided by the total number of the organizational goals. That's how your organization can estimate that how much your employees performance goals met or exceed, or are they related to your organizational goals or not. Moving to the next metric, that is satisfaction rating or engagement. In this metric, leaders can directly hear from the employees that HR can capture this from the percent of employees satisfied overall. This would tie also in the tenure and performance goals met or exceed, as we can determine it from the previous metric, but it's an important metric in the organization for productivity, as it will gauge that are your employees are satisfied and are they engaging in your HR activities or your organizational activities or not. Next is average days absent. This metric basically shows or measures that how often employees are not showing up to the workforce, and what are the reasons behind this that they are not letting them show in the organization, why they are making absentees. Leaders can work with these individuals to develop work schedules that may accommodate them, and it is calculated by the taking average of all employees and absent days, and that's how leaders and HR professionals can measure the average days absent in the organization by their employees. Now, innovation. This is really important metric in your workforce. If you want to determine how much your team develop new products, new ideas, you need to measure your innovation process in terms of number or quality of ideas. And this metric can be calculated by dividing total number of suggestions by value of successful products or ideas. Now the last metric here we are going to discuss is HR cost per employee. This information basically helps in determining that how much your HR is spending per employee, which includes training and development programs. This will also help in return on income as well. So you can calculate it by taking the total number of HR cost and divide it by the number of employees. And that will ultimately let HR know कि how much an employee costs to an HR. Now we need to understand what is HR workforce analytics. So these are basically the approach of measuring behaviors of employees and analyzing them to improve their business performance by using statistical methods and softwares which needs information and some data which will gain from the metrics, as it provides a better understanding and assist in overall management activities. So here are two important terms in workforce analytics. Number one is predictive workforce analysis, and second is prescriptive workforce analytics. In predictive analytics, managers uses this data obtained from the metrics and conclude which employee have a greatest potential for success of their organization and which employee should leave your organization in coming time. And in prescriptive analytics, HR leaders can take help that whom to be developed, that whom to be retained in your workforce based on the data covered from predictive analytics. These both are the essential part of the workforce analytics. Now moving to the next slide, that why do companies invest in the workforce analytics? So company basically invest in workforce analytics because they are structured by the right people at right places at right time, and these analytics uh, above HR to understand above HR to understand who the right people are and what they should be provided and how to make them engage or satisfied in their duties. And as we studied in workforce analytics, there are some tools that need to be measured which can effectively use in order to making decisions by leaders, by HR professionals. Now these are some benefits employees can have with the workforce analytics. So analytics are not only valuable to the company or their leaders but also for the employees, like they can differ between their needs and organizational demand. They can differ in this better. They can develop their self by understanding their competences and their skills. They can contribute more to the overall objectives of the organizations by using these analytics, and they can promote learning solutions which will increase their performance. Now these are basically different workforce analytics software. As we studied before, that organization uses these analytics for improvement purposes by using statistical methods and softwares, and these softwares have solutions for HR, payroll, talent management, etc. So these are the software used in workforce analytics. Maybe you people will be aware with the names SAP, Oracle, Altipro, Predictive Index, etc. These software provides a range of predictive and prescriptive analysis to combine managers' expertise. So leaders and HR professionals can use this software for making better decisions for their workforce. Now here we need to understand how effectively we can use these HR analytics in our organization. Number one, only track what aligns with your business objectives. HR should establish metrics that address their qualities, like what they are aligned with their business goals. If they are tied to some customer service organization and innovation, then metrics should establish according to these perspectives. And then make sure all stakeholders mean that like different leaders may have different needs for specific information, but all stakeholders need to be satisfied. Just like some metrics are related to HR, finance department may need to aware of cost per employee. Then combining HR metrics with business metrics. In this point, leaders need to be understand that how personal decisions impact on overall business activities. And the last is you need to decide what is essential for your company culture. In this, leader need to understand and decide how important some metrics are to them, like how they want to employees to interact with organization, and for this they should align with them according to the company's culture. Here is some difference between HR metrics and HR workforce analytics we all people need to understand. So as it is written, metrics are informational and analytics are strategic. So metrics focuses on tracking and presenting the data, and data includes the past data of the employee, which can be volume of candidate applications, that how many and what kind of recruitment campaigns we have been doing in a year, and other low value data gatherings. And on the other hand, analytics looks at both past and present data. Metrics give inside perspective on a business, and on the other hand, analytics gives outside perspective of a business. As metrics uses inside perspective, they uses tangible data, whereas analytics uses outside perspective, they give outside perspective, so they use intangible, both tangible and intangible data, which ultimately gives powerful insight. Now moving to the next slide, strategic decision making through HR metrics and workforce analytics. So through HR metrics and the workforce analytics, managers and leaders make strategic decision making for the organizational benefits, by which managers will be able to making better hiring decisions, link HR practices with their business outcomes, estimate future workforce needs and demands. So ultimately, they both HR metrics and workforce analytics add value to the business strategy making and help leaders and HR in helping the company to meet their goals and objectives. So coming to the conclusion, what gets measured gets improved. That is what basically our need, as if we want to improve our HR activities, our HR practices, we first need to get them measured. So as we learn step by step what is a HR metrics and workforce analytics, then we discuss that how they can contribute to the organization's efficiency and effectiveness activities. Then we studied metrics are basically informational, as it is written here that metrics are data elements as it contributes in the analysis which provide information to decision makers in effective decision making. Conclusively, I would say in the end that these both activities, HR metrics and workforce analytics, they will provide no benefit to organization unless the manager utilizes this information that is obtained from the reports or metrics in an effective way. Like if an manager fails to understand, fails to estimate that what metrics are most important to him and what metrics are least important according to their preference, then a manager or HR cannot have any benefit from these two activities. So HR team must fully understand the directions of the business and should try to align their activities with company objectives and goals. Thank you very much.